And Josh said, in his life, he needs stability. You're a little all over the place.
What does it mean?
Like you're crazy.
Correct!
Perfect disguise.
I'm stronger and better. The fairest of them all, so I don't give a
Awesome! Mirror, mirror on the wall, who has the worst relationship of them all? Oh right, it's Natalie. I mean, she's the one starting fights with the cast over a guy that won't even take her to Vegas.
You need to calm down.
No, invite me to Vegas!
Absolutely not. I'm not going anywhere with you.
She's freaking nuts.
I'm a little afraid that I might catch crazy if we keep going this.
And anytime you start to think that Natalie has realized that she's getting played by this guy, or maybe even starts to show signs of coming to her senses during therapy about her behavior.
I was a monster yesterday and I should apologize, but honestly, I don't...
She always defaults back to desperate and crazy. And now everyone in the cast has witnessed it.
Hide the scissors there. No scissors.
No scissors.
She also always defaults back to wanting to be with Josh, even after Sophie shows her the texts between her and Josh. For a moment you think, well, now she has seen exactly what Josh has said to Sophie. She starts to understand Sophie's side, and even sees the part where Josh says that he won't share a room with Natalie.
So he lies to me. He plays double game. He doesn't want to build relationship with me. He's not interested.
It starts to look like a light bulb went off in Natalie's head. Maybe she's actually starting to see that this guy is not into her. But when Natalie confronts Josh with what he wrote to Sophie in this painfully awkward confrontation,
Coming out of my neck of the woods, my partner is a bit on the wild side. No way I can stay with that girl, lol.
Josh seems to know exactly how to get her to forgive him.
So I apologize for that, okay?
Just a small amount of attention can get Natalie to forget that she's mad at Josh. What kind of gaslighting black magic is this? Because then after that, at the rafting challenge, they're completely fine. They suddenly get along great. And Natalie is back to acting like the cast is against her, like a psycho. And starts fighting with them when they accuse her and Josh of cheating during the challenge.
We all knew we already switched, but you were fine. So when we won, you're not fine. You're cheating, and it's not fair.
She even starts cackling like an evil witch during Rob and Sophie's turn in group therapy.
So can you stop laughing while I'm talking,
sorry,
please? It's extremely rude. Like,
Yeah,
everyone's trying to be
yeah.
vulnerable here. Can you have some respect, please?
Why is she laughing? It's so strange. And Josh just looks like he doesn't want to be there. So I thought that we reached the peak of awkwardness between Josh and Natalie. You know, when Natalie demanded that Josh take her to Vegas and he said no. But their private therapy that they do here is so hard to watch. Like, painful to watch.
I want my sex therapy.
So they had missed the group therapy with the whole chocolate painting thing that everyone did, so they are told to try it now. And Josh wants absolutely nothing to do with it.
I just don't like messy, like to be like syrups on my body and stuff.
Can you take off your shirt?
No.
The more Natalie pushes for it, the more Josh just wants to run away. It's almost like he's being suffocated, which reminds me, I had been wondering during their hike challenge what Josh's rock had said. If you remember that challenge, they had to like write something on a rock that they needed to work on, and then they could like let the rock go. And I think we had heard what pretty much everyone had wrote on their rocks, but I didn't remember hearing what Josh had wrote. Natalie said she wanted access, more access to Josh's life. And then very briefly in a scene, I saw this. It was a quick shot, I think, of their rocks. And that says suffocation, right? Doesn't it? Is that what Josh said that they needed to work on? Natalie suffocating him? Am I reading this right? Did anyone else notice this? I think him writing that does make sense though, because after the therapist gives them a few minutes alone to do the chocolate painting thing, Natalie starts to get frustrated and lashes out.
Natalie,
wow.
Natalie, I think we're going to take a breather. I think we need to take a step back.
And Josh explains that he can't deal with her lashing out. I don't like Josh, but I can see why he hasn't taken her to his house. And I can see why he would say that she is suffocating him.
Like, I need that to be fixed. If that is not fixed, there's no relationship, 100%. Because I can't bring that around my family. I can't bring that into my home.
She calls herself his girlfriend and wants a family with him. We've heard in the past that she constantly calls him, demands things from him, and he seems to just want to hook up with her, and that's it. So to him, she's putting a ton of pressure on him, constantly. I could see how that's suffocating.
Maybe just you take knife and kill me. That's it, I'm dying.
Everything with Natalie is so extreme, and she has so much emotion and need for this guy to love her. Josh just feels suffocated and doesn't even tell her when he leaves the resort.
You left the resort?
I don't know. He wouldn't pick up the phone. He wouldn't call back.
Periodically, Josh has left to help care for his son, but according to Natalie, he does not let her know when he has left, and says that outside of the resort, he will go days without talking to her because he's busy.
He will not pick up.
So while the other cast members are partying in the honeymoon suite, Natalie is just roaming around the resort looking for Josh.
Natalie wants to remind you to subscribe to the Kiblz channel. If you don't, you will have to take her to Vegas.
Invite me to Vegas right now.
She's hoping to run into him and finally know where he went. But she doesn't even know if he's even at the resort, and she doesn't find him in the honeymoon suite. She thinks that he has left, again. When she runs into the cast, though, everyone is drinking, and they decide to tell her all of the negative things that Josh says about her to them.
And Josh said, in his life, he needs stability. You're a little all over the place.
What does it mean?
Like you're crazy.
Are we really that surprised? On this Between the Sheets episode, Josh doesn't even deny that he said any of that. He just is mad that Brandon ratted him out.
I feel like, you know, Brandon kind of broke the bro code a little bit, you know, like maybe he's not trustworthy to talk to.
And we even see him say way more stuff about Natalie in the preview for the next episode.
She thought I was looking at Chantel, and she became extremely jealous.
So just to be clear, I don't feel bad for Natalie at this point. We've all been watching her try to make this guy love her on The Single Life. She thinks she's amazing, but he's really not interested. And she has acted like an evil witch on this show. Once Josh decided that Sophie was the fairest of them all, she went completely insane. What I want to know is if they actually make it to the recommitment ceremony, because I feel like Josh's patience with Natalie is just hanging by a thread. So if we actually go back and watch the footage they show of the recommitment ceremony that they tease at the beginning of the first episode, we do see Natalie walking in with a white dress on, but they do not show Natalie and Josh standing together at the altar. They actually don't show Josh at all. I don't actually think he's there. Josh said during the whole hike challenge that if they made it to the recommitment ceremony, that he would take her to his home. But I don't actually think he's going to even show at the ceremony at this point. Let me know what you think. Do you think he's going to show up or not? I really don't think he will. I think we're about to see him leave her for good. Make sure to follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. And also, this is my QR code to my Snapchat. Make sure to follow my public profile. I will be posting often on there. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye!